When you hear the word programming, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Often it's that stereotypical image of a dark room, a black screen filled with cryptic green symbols, and a genius wearing a hood typing at breakneck speed, deciphering codes only they can understand. So in this video, I'll show you the most important things in programming. First, what is programming? Second, how do we learn programming? And third, where do we start learning programming? What is programming? Welcome back. In this video, I won't give you the boring traditional definition that programming is simply a set of computer commands, and then leave it at that. I am here to reveal the superpower you can possess once you understand this game. But first, let's agree on a fact that might come as a shock. The computer itself is completely dumb. At its core, a computer is merely pieces of iron, silicon, and wiring through which electrical pulses flow. It has no concept of a social media site or a picture of a cat. It does not even comprehend the number 5 the way we do. All it understands are two states: the flow of electricity, represented by the digit 1, and the absence of it, represented by the digit 0. This is what we know as the binary system. Cascades of green zeros and ones tumble down the screen in a visually striking pattern. This is precisely where the programmer steps in. The programmer is the architect who builds a bridge across this vast chasm. They transform that dry digital language into languages we can read and understand. Languages that empower us to tell that mute machine, "Please display this image when the user clicks here." The biggest mistake beginners make is watching tutorials for hours without writing a single line of code. You feel like you understand everything, but the moment you close the video and open a blank screen, you freeze and don't know where to start. Coding is just like swimming. You can't learn it by reading a book about floating. You have to jump into the water and get your hands wet. That's why the ultimate secret to learning is immediate hands-on practice. For every 20 minutes of theory, you should spend 40 minutes actually writing code. And don't just copy and paste. Type it out yourself so your fingers and your brain get used to the brackets, syntax, and symbols. Start with micro projects. If you learned about variables today, build a simple program that asks for the user's name and welcomes them. If you learned about conditional statements, make a quick program that decides if a student passed or failed based on their grade. And remember, don't be afraid to break your code on purpose. Finding and fixing errors is the absolute best way to learn in this journey. The million-dollar question in the tech world: I want to learn programming. Where do I start? The internet is so flooded with resources that it's easy to get overwhelmed and give up before you even type your first line of code. In today's video, I'm going to cut through the noise and give you the ultimate roadmap. The best, most effective global resources, both free and structured, that will take you from a complete beginner to writing real working programs. Grab your coffee and let's dive in. Presenter. Once you have a grasp of the basics, you need platforms that force you to practice, rather than just sit back and watch. Here are the absolute best. FreeCodeCamp, an entirely free open-source platform. The beauty of FreeCodeCamp is that it's 100% hands-on. You read a concept, type the code directly into your browser, and it checks your work instantly. Plus, they offer highly respected free certifications as you complete their paths. Codecademy and Udemy. If you prefer a highly structured environment, Codecademy offers great interactive basic tracks, while Udemy is perfect if you want to buy a massive 50-hour comprehensive masterclass on a specific language like Python or JavaScript for a very low price. If visual project-based video learning is your preferred style, these two YouTube channels are absolute goldmines for beginners. Programming with Mosh. Mosh is legendary for his calm, structured, and incredibly clear delivery. His beginner tutorials are exceptionally well-paced, making complex topics feel like a breeze. Brocode. If you prefer fast-paced, straight-to-the-point, and bite-sized explanations without the fluff, this channel is fantastic for picking up languages like Python, Java, or C++. All the links to the resources we mentioned today are waiting for you right down in the description box below. Let me know in the comments, what is the very first programming language you want to learn? Python, JavaScript, or are you still deciding? If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to DevMind, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on our upcoming tech and coding guides. See you in the next video. Happy coding!